What would you do if the one person you trusted most stripped you of everything: your home, your savings, your very sense of self? This was the question haunting Lily as she stood in the empty shell of her apartment, the echo of her sister's betrayal ringing louder than the silence around her. The walls, once adorned with family photos and warm memories, now stared back, bare and cold. At 28, Lily had nothing left but a tattered coat, a flickering hope, and a heart heavy with questions. Lily and her sister, Clara, had grown up inseparable, two halves of a whole. Their parents' modest estate, a small house, a savings account, a few cherished heirlooms had been their shared anchor after their mother's passing. Clara, the elder, was the charmer, her smile disarming, her ambition boundless. Lily, quieter and trusting, believed in her sister's promises. "We'll split everything fairly," Clara had said, her voice smooth as silk, when they inherited their mother's estate. Lily nodded, signing papers without a second glance, her faith in family blinding her to the truth. But Clara's heart had hardened long before. Behind her warm smiles lay a calculated plan. Within weeks, the savings account was drained, the house sold, and the heirlooms, Lily's only connection to their mother, pawned for cash. Clara vanished, leaving Lily with a forged signature, an eviction notice, and a bank account reading zero. The betrayal cut deeper than the poverty. Lily wasn't just penniless, she was hollowed out, her trust shattered, her past stolen. The days that followed blurred into survival. Lily found a cramped, moldy apartment she could barely afford with her waitressing tips. Each night, she lay awake, the weight of Clara's actions pressing against her chest. Why? The question gnawed at her. Had she been too naive? Too weak? Yet, amidst the pain, a spark of defiance flickered. Lily refused to let her sister's greed define her. She began to rebuild, one small step at a time, taking extra shifts, sketching in a tattered notebook, a hobby she'd abandoned years ago, and whispering to herself that she was enough. Months passed, and Lily's sketches became her solace. She drew the world as she saw it, raw, broken, but beautiful in its cracks. One evening, a regular at the diner, an older woman named Marion, noticed Lily's drawings. "You've got a gift," Marion said, her eyes kind but sharp. She was an art gallery owner, struggling to keep her small space alive. She offered Lily a chance to display her work, a shot at something bigger. Lily hesitated. Self-doubt was a heavy chain, but Marion's belief was a key. She agreed. The gallery showing was modest, a far cry from the glittering world Clara now chased with her stolen wealth. Lily's drawings, raw and emotional, hung on the walls, each stroke a piece of her survival. To her shock, people came. They didn't just see her art, they felt it. A local collector bought her first piece, then another. Word spread, and soon, Lily's work was selling faster than she could create. Her apartment, once a symbol of loss, became a studio filled with color and possibility. Meanwhile, Clara's life glittered on the surface but crumbled beneath. The money she'd stolen fueled a lavish lifestyle: designer clothes, exclusive parties, but it was a house of cards. Her charm couldn't mask her emptiness, and her so-called friends vanished when the funds did. Debts piled up, and Clara's empire of lies collapsed. She found herself alone, her phone silent, her reflection unrecognizable. One rainy evening, Clara showed up at Lily's door, soaked and desperate. "I'm sorry," she whispered, her voice trembling. "I was wrong. I need help." Lily's heart ached. Danger, pain, and love tangled together. She could have turned Clara away, let karma's cold hand finish its work. But Lily saw her sister, not as the thief who'd broken her, but as the girl she'd once loved. She let her in, offering a blanket and a cup of tea, but not absolution. "You hurt me," Lily said, her voice steady. "But I won't let your choices destroy me or you." Lily helped Clara find a job, a small apartment, a fresh start. It wasn't forgiveness, not fully, but it was compassion, a choice to rise above the pain. Clara's gratitude was quiet, her shame heavy, but she began to rebuild, step by slow step, under Lily's watchful eye. Years later, Lily stood in a gallery filled with her art, her name now known, her heart full. She'd turned her pain into beauty, her loss into strength. Clara, still healing, stood in the crowd, her eyes wet with pride and regret. Karma hadn't come with vengeance, but with lessons for Clara, the the cost of greed. For Lily, the power of resilience. The sisters weren't whole, but they were healing, proof that even in the darkest betrayals, humanity could find a way to mend.